Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skatedown. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join a hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. Devils fans, with another bad year comes a really good draft. So that's what we have to look forward to now, and I want to do a couple of videos on this. My first one I want to do is if we go to draft a defenseman. You know, a lot of people are talking, are we going to go wing? Are we going to go getting a defenseman? But this year I've heard differences with this draft. I heard it's not as deep as years past. I heard it's a good draft, but the thing I've heard consensus with this draft is that it's good. It's defensemen that are taken very early. So, will the Devils draft a defenseman, and where will we fall in the rankings as far as where we're going to choose? You know, we still have to consider the draft lottery. We have to consider where the Seattle Kraken are going to get. You know, they have third best odds, I believe, at drafting in the top 3 or lower than that. So we have to see what happens with them, where they're going to pick. And, you know, as of right now, we're the second worst record in the NHL. We have a couple of games left. You know, Buffalo has the worst with 33 points. We have the Ducks and the Devils tied at the second and third spot with 35 points. We have the Senators with 38. So you're going to figure some of those teams are going to be up and down where they currently are right now, depending on what happens at the draft lottery. So, you know, the Devils have a really good shot at drafting a good player as well, so that kind of eases the blow of this bad year. But you know, still another bad year, another good draft. So hopefully this ends this year. But you know, I want to talk at this position if the Devils can draft Luke Hughes. You know, he's the brother of Jack Hughes, who's currently our star on our team, and you know, brother to Quinn Hughes from the Vancouver Canucks. So the hockey bloodlines are there. This kid is projected to be as good as his brothers and, you know, a very good elite defenseman. So I want to talk about him in this video, talk about his scouting report, how he's done, and, you know, would he be a good option if the Devils land where he is? So, you know, the toughest thing with Luke Hughes that happened this year was his injury. You know, according to J.D. Burke, Hughes had several torn ligaments in his foot. His injury also means that he will miss the Prospects game as well as the 2021 IIHF Under-18 World Championships. Now, we've seen in the past that players who miss out on the Prospects game, who miss out on the IIHF tournaments, sometimes their rankings do fall and they get chosen a little bit later than they normally were anticipated to go. We've seen that happen with several drafts of the past, but, you know, Luke Hughes is still expected to go pretty high in this draft. His injury, that he sustained will not affect his future, so it's not a long-term thing that a lot of scouts have to worry about and a lot of GMs, so I still think he will be drafted within the top 5. Mike Morial projects him on his list at number 2. Sam Constantino has him projected at number 3. I've seen some people that have him drafted at number 5, so you know, he's been up and down, but the consensus number 1 is Owen Power. He's the elite defenseman that a lot of GMs are looking at, a lot of scouts are looking at. But we can have a situation where Luke Hughes is as good as he's anticipated to be and could go number 2, where you have 2 defensemen jockeying for the top spot this year. So you may have Owen Power, you might have Luke Hughes at 1-2, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. But, you know, the scouting report on Hughes, per Matthew Sheridan of the Hockey Writers, Hughes may not be as well known for his defensive game, but his impact is felt on a nightly basis from the back end. He's great at closing off opponents and limiting their angles as they enter the defensive zone. Not as physical as other defensemen, but capable of handling his own corners and makes it harder for others to gain space in front of the net. He plays with an active stick and able to deflect passes and shots out of high danger areas with ease. He's primarily a playmaker, doesn't shy away from shooting the puck. His game is similar to Quinn's, but he has the potential to score more, which is very encouraging, you know, because Quinn is a very good defenseman for the Vancouver Canucks. He's established himself as a power play quarterback. His tools are for being an offensive-minded defenseman, but can also be a very well-rounded two-way defenseman. His strengths are his skating. He's got smooth and effortless skating with clean strides, speedy transitions, and lightning-quick acceleration, coupled with shifty edge work. Fast and hard to slow down. He's a threat at jumping into the rush and navigating offensive zones. And you know, he's got a good shot from the point. He really does. He's got an ability to bring up the puck. His edge work is elite. You know, he's got his edge work, similar skating strides to his brothers, especially Jack, that I've noticed from watching clips of Luke Hughes. His edge work is just great. You know, we've seen the clips of him with his brothers skating around on the pond when they were younger. My thing with Luke Hughes always was, when I saw clips and saw pictures of him talking with his brothers, I always assumed him to be smaller. But the thing is, with Luke Hughes, he really blossomed. He really got a lot bigger. You know, in 1920, he was 6 foot, 161 pounds. This year, he was listed as 6'2", 176 pounds. So he gained 2 inches in height and about 15 pounds of muscle. So, you know, he did get bigger. So that's very encouraging for, you know, for scouts and GMs to also consider too. His size did grow. So, you know, looking at his stats for in 1920 for the U.S. national team under 17, he played in 48 games. He had 7 goals, 21 assists, 28 points. In 2021, he played for the U.S. national team under 18 team, 38 games played, 6 goals, 28 assists, 34 points. And the USNTDP juniors, he played in 18 games, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. So in 2022, he's going to follow like his brother did, and he's committed to the University of Michigan to play, where the coach there will work with his game and help him to establish more of a well-rounded defensive game. So, you know, he'll definitely be possibly there when the Devils draft. Again, I don't know where the Devils are drafting. As we get that established, as we go closer to the playoffs, you know, we're going to have the draft lottery, so I'll do another updated video on this. But I hope the Devils do draft Hughes. You know, I think with getting Holtz and Mercer last year, as well as Mahamadulin, you know, I think the Devils will go defense this year and draft it with their first pick. So, you know, we're getting a good team coming up as far as what we've drafted as far as our forwards. You know, our defense is getting there as well. Ty Smith has really proved himself this year. I really like what we have in Ball and Walsh, amongst others. So, if we can draft another elite defense, that could really help out our cause for our team going forward. And, you know, I know they've said whoever we draft with our first pick this year may not play the upcoming year. But it's good. It gives them a chance to grow as our team is getting better and better. So comment below, Devils fans. Who do you want to draft with our first draft this year? Do you want them to go forward? Do you want them to go defense? Do you want them to draft Luke Hughes? Comment below and let me know. And thank you always as much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Smash that like button. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to the Hockey Skatedown. Join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.